welcome back to my YouTube channel. Here I wanted to go ahead and show you guys how I do my sketches. I am starting off here by doing an overall face shape. What I usually do is I try to find a reference, but today I decided to do things a little bit differently. And by that I just mean that instead of using a reference of like a real person, I felt like using a reference of an IMVU character. I started to notice that the IMVU characters kind of have like the aesthetic I usually go for in my drawings, and I felt like switching things up, so that's why I decided to go with that. But whenever I do use references or sketches based on references, I don't usually try to make it look exactly like the reference image. I honestly tend to enjoy that my drawing comes out a little bit different. But my goal for this sketch was actually just to draw an IMVU character in my style. So as you can see here, I'm starting to add in the features here. So I have the nose based on the reference and the mouth. The brush that I'm using is a part of my set. It's called Sketch Brush. It's the one right there that's selected, and I feel like this brush really helped me on my digital art journey, because when I was trying to use some of the preset brushes with my like sketching style on Procreate, it was very hard. So I'd say if you're trying to get into digital art and using Procreate, it's best if you figure out what type of brush is your favorite based on how you sketch. Like for me, I like to be able to make like a range of like really light colors to dark colors and make it look sketchy, and my brush really helps me with that. If you are interested in my brush, it is on my Gumroad, which will be linked in the description. So now I'm honestly just cleaning up the lines. I like to keep my sketches pretty sketchy until I'm like cleaning up the lines, seeing what looks best, and then I will start to like darken up the lines. So I basically start really light with it, basic things, and then I change it up. So at first I was going to do the hair the way the reference had it, but I ended up changing it because I didn't really like it. I don't really remember when I changed it, but I don't think I'd leave it like that. Also, in case you did not notice, I did change the reference from the photo in the beginning. I really wanted to use this hair as the reference at first, but I just felt like when I was trying to recreate the little pony half up, half down look, it was not looking good. So I went ahead and erased that, and I just left it as is. So as you can tell, I do have like the face of the sketch pretty down, but I'm now moving on to, getting the hair done. I've noticed that to make the hair look more realistic, it's really important to add like the little lines in the front. That's what I noticed that makes it look better. I don't know if anybody else relates, but whenever I'm like drawing, I always feel like I'm having such a weird process. Like, my drawings never look the same from the beginning to the end, in the sense that I don't put down like perfect lines and end up with the coloring looking exactly the same. A lot of the time my drawing is like consistently changing throughout, because most of the time I'm like taking a look and seeing, do I like this? I don't like this, let me change it, or let me switch this up. So that's honestly what I like to do throughout. That makes it look a little bit better. Like at first I didn't want the hair to be really long and look cute, but when I made it short, it actually ended up looking so much better. So that's like, if I were to give tips on like trying to make your drawing not look exactly like the reference image, I'd say do things like that. Like when you're going through your sketch and trying to see what you like about your sketch or doing it, you can start to make changes, or you can use multiple different reference images, and you'll be able to pick your favorite things out of those references and add it into your one big comprehensive drawing. So now I'm zooming in and starting to add more details, because I can now say that I like most of whatever I've placed on the drawing, and I don't think I'm going to be changing much of it. So that's when I like to add a little bit more close-up details. So now I'm bringing back the old reference image that I was using, because I do want to start to compare it back to that one. I also am starting to add the shoulders. I honestly get so lazy during this part because I mainly like to do the face, the eyes, and do the lashes, and then do the hair, and then that's it. But this is actually the end of the sketch. this is just the sneak peek of how the rendering comes out. That's going to be the next video, so I do hope you guys tune in to look at that too. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back soon.